Hello, my name is Patrick Maxwell. I'm originally from Bakersfield, California, and I attend Angelo State University, where I'm currently a senior. I graduate May 14th. My degree of study is Business Administration Management, and currently I hold the chair of Treasurer for Pike Alpha ADEPS. I pledged fall 2012. Well, originally I was kind of a special case. When it came to being in a fraternity, I really didn't have any plan of being in a fraternity, nor did I want to be in a fraternity. When I was at the time, I was going to school, I was working. I was very kind of like an introvert. I just went to work, went to school, that was it. And I had a good friend of mine, Eric Parker, who's actually my pledge brother. He kind of put it in my ear, "Hey Patrick, I think you should rush this fraternity." I was like, "Nah, man, I'm good. Like, I'm not worried about that. Like, I got other stuff to worry about." And I used to work at the Walgreens there on Knickerbocker. And I remember one day, after a week of him trying to get me to rush, he picked me up from work. He's like, "Hey man, we're gonna go to Colin Frankhouse house." And I was tired, it's like 10 o'clock. I was like, "No, man, just take me home, dude. Just take me home." And he was like, "No, you gotta go, you gotta go." And so, like, of course I went because I had no other wire transportation. So, and when I ended up going to meet Colin Frankhouse, who was the current president at the time, it was actually amazing. I went there and I spoke with him. He was very articulate in the way he spoke. And I knew that he had some of the communication skills which I lacked. And so I figured, hey, well, if he had these communication skills, maybe I could learn that too. And so that was the reason why I initially chose to rush Pike Alpha. That, and plus another associate of mine, I didn't know him at the time, Alan Bennett. Apparently he spoke highly of me to give me a bid, and I didn't know if this conversation was held behind closed doors, but it touched me. Like, okay, this guy felt like I could be a part of his organization, and that would be a fitting piece. And like I said, at the time, I had no idea what a fraternity was, like no clue. Like, I was off on the island somewhere. When I ended up rushing the fraternity and I got initiated in 2012, it was so much more than what I initially bargained for. Like, I thought I was just going to go there as a group of guys who ran a business or organization, some type of organization, but through the process of rushing and meeting different individuals from different walks of life, it helped configure and alter the person you see today, and where I am able to articulate myself the way I am, thanks to the individuals that are in the fraternity that help sharpen me. No. And the only reason why I say no is because without the fraternity, I would never been introduced into the different types of people and different cultures that I ran into. If I wasn't in Pike, I would still be gaining knowledge from everybody I met, but being in Pike, it allowed an avenue for a bunch of different other people, which I would never run into or never thought about talking, to help me learn and shape from their points of views and understand what they are about and who they are. And so, to answer the question, no. Time commitment, it varies depending on how active you want to be. Me personally, like I said, I always can do better. Some things I didn't show up to, some things I did show up to. Ever since I got initiated into the organization, I ran Sergeant Arms, Risk Committee, Philanthropy Committee. I've been very active. Yes, I've been involved in a lot of community service, but not just inside the fraternity, outside the fraternity as well. Me personally, from my background, like I said earlier, my parents were incarcerated. I was homeless when I was 14. I personally volunteer at House of Faith, which is an organization in which they do a lot of different things, but the one I attended is with an organization in which they host backyard Bible studies, in which they will have lower income families, kids. They will take care of them after school, play a game with them, and then teach them the gospel. And so that's something that I do personally on my own time. But Pike Alpha did reinforce the need, or instilled in me the need to give back to the community. Currently, of course, I'm in Pi Kappa Alpha. Also, 2013, I was initiated into Alpha Phi Omega, which is a service fraternity, co-ed service fraternity, which we produce over 40 hours per semester of community service hours, as well as outside of school. I actually am a part of a motorcycle club, and so with that, I guess you can say I'm pretty well-rounded. The first one is be proactive and not reactive. And this can be in many facets of life, whether it's school. Don't sit there and wait for your teacher to hand you your syllabus, print it out beforehand. Go talk to your teacher, read your studies beforehand. When it comes to your work, do something before it's done. Don't wait till something's done for you. Make sure you are proactively going after anything that you want in life. The second thing is become comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I'm saying it again, become comfortable with being uncomfortable. A lot of things that you do in life is within your comfort zone. It's natural. It's normal for humans to do it. I do it personally. It's something I had to work on. Social aspect as well. For a time period, I was kind of antisocial. I wasn't comfortable going into a room and speaking to people. I just wanted to stay to myself. But I know that in order for me to be successful in my business career, I'll have to be knowing how to small talk. I'll know how to speak to people. So I'll particularly place myself in those positions where I had to actually go out there and be uncomfortable and speak to people, and it's worked wonders. And the last thing I like to teach the new guys in fraternity is you have a voice, and a closed mouth will not get fed. If you don't speak up, if you don't stand up for what you believe in, you are silently agreeing to the majority. Don't be scared to step on somebody's toes. Now, I'm not just saying just be outright rude. There's a way to articulate yourself into making your point, at the same time respecting the other individual. At the same time, you are a new member of Pi Kappa Alpha, and your voice matters. I graduate May 14th. After graduation, I have a goal. The goal is to establish my own nonprofit organization aimed at helping underprivileged youth, or just underprivileged individuals in general. The reason why I was passionate about that is because I was in those shoes, like I mentioned earlier in the interview, that I was actually homeless for 6 years. And I looked at myself, how did I get there and how did I get to where I'm at now? And the reason why I got here is because somebody gave me a chance. And if you think about it, even for yourself or anybody, when you're growing up, all you know is what your parents systematically teach you. And so if you grew up in a low poverty, low income area, and the only people you see or individuals you see outside when you're playing are local drug dealers, and they have nice cars, they have money to buy candy and stuff, you want to emulate that. And it's like a cycle, and I want to create an entity that will help create an avenue in which kids or men and women can get out of that cycle and